The Walt Disney Company is not laughing. That's right, folks, it might be a jolly holiday with Mary, but it is not a jolly holiday with any of the characters from Song of the South, nor any of the names associated with that movie and Splash Mountain. How bad is it? Well, the Walt Disney Company recently put out some concept art that featured a little doggy park named The Laughing Place. Turns out that is associated with Song of the South, the forbidden and forebode movie from Walt's legacy. So what happened? Well, they ditched it, threw it away, and we're going to tell you how this is the way that Disney operates nowadays as they continue to erase any part of the past they either don't understand or don't want to. Hello folks, welcome back to A Happy Place here on the WDW Pro channel. We are laughing ourselves, not to death like the weasels from Roger Rabbit, but laughing ourselves pretty well good because we continue to watch Disney step in it big time like a big pile of doggy do. This time it's doggy don't. Doggies don't call that the laughing place in the storytelling land that they are building. It's a subdivision sort of place, a community. And Disney decided that they don't want to have any associations in that area with anything to do with that, shall we say, controversial, although it's really not, movie Song of the South. So, let's dive into the conversation we had recently, and you tell us if you think it's right or wrong for Disney to erase this significant part of its past. Out of WDW News today, Cotino Story Living by Disney Community removes Song of the South Laughing Place Ranch from announcement. Look at this beautiful concept art for a dog park, the Laughing Place Ranch, where all of your cute critters could participate in Dog City, where no cat wants to go, but every crazy critter wanted to be. It's no more. Here we go. In September, Story Living by Disney shared new concept art and details about Cotino, their first community located in Coachella Valley in California. Amidst the plans was a dog park named Laughing Place Ranch, a reference to Song of the South, which was a surprise because nearly all references to the film have been scrubbed from Disney Park, as Disney aims to be, and no, that has nothing to do with it. Disney is attempting to do this in a virtue signal. The name of the park has now been removed from the September press release, and you can see, if we go down, this is now what it is. It's just a nameless dog park. Residents of all ages and their four-legged friends can gather at a place that no longer has a name, designed to celebrate Walt's love for horses, with an equestrian-themed dog park featuring separate play areas for small and large pets, because there were no dog properties in Disney to be able to use. They had to go with equestrian stuff. But so Laughing Place, you will all recall, is from Song of the South. It's featured in Splash Mountain, and I can say is because Splash Mountain continues to exist in Tokyo, where they have not lost their minds. And it goes, everybody needs a laughing place. You get the idea. Well, that's had to be scrubbed, and just like this had to be scrubbed, I'm amazed. Well, maybe I'm not amazed at how much this company despises their own legacy.
Yeah, I'll point out here that in our coverage, which, by the way, we've got a guest coming in who is a perfect person to comment on this exact topic, and that would be looks like Slash.
Well, I don't know if I'm perfect there, Jonas. This is Zach Wild of the Black Label Society.
That was awesome.
Reporting for duty.
Are you like
Happy Halloween there,
What was that, Wilton?
Are you Elvis with a do-rag?
I wouldn't go that far.
Just checking.
So
that would be a pretty awesome character to play.
In pointing out this, first of all, Cotino Story Living appears to be a retirement community or something kind of like that, and they're avoiding that language, although they've said that they've sectioned off specific areas of the development for families that are 55 and over, which is about as close as you can get to saying retirement age, I suppose, because they can't be ageist. They can't say, no, you can't buy this if you're older.
Equestrian, geriatric, same thing.
Horses and old people.
It all goes together. But yeah, I mean,
when we did the video, we pointed out that okay, so maybe we were the ones to point out to them, hey, you've missed one here, and sure enough, I'm not saying that it's because of us.
Jonas, are you giving us credit for this horrible removal of culture and Disney legacy?
I
Is it
kind
our
of did
fault?
myself. I kind of did. Our video went viral, so clearly somebody saw it and they may have discovered. Oops, maybe we have a continuity error here.
Yeah, somebody went over and on the concept art just highlighted that section. Generative fill said remove offensive sign, and they put offensive in quotes.
All right, so then let's ask: is everything that has any association with Song of the South by default offensive? Then by the way, the movie which earned a black man the very first Academy Award for the very first time ever. And by the way, Zip-a-dee-doo-dah, the song he sang, that's what won the award. Is everything offensive that's related to that?
Is it black?
Well,
The movie?
technically, yes.
Then probably.
Oh. So you think, that's actually a pretty good point, Disney. Maybe you should
I
think
think
about
if you
that.
got a problem with it, the problem is you. And I know Lorraine has probably brought this up because we've had a great conversation about it before about how at that time, all these people that are freaking out about Song of the South are ignoring the biggest point of that movie. And that is nobody else in Hollywood was making those kind of movies with a black cast, telling
Zero.
black stories, putting that kind of money behind it. And not only that, building a theme park attraction around it. Nobody was doing that at that time. In fact, most people probably would have forgotten about the Bre'r Rabbit stories by now had it not been for that movie.
You're 100% correct. But he was collecting other people's stories, just in the same way that the Grimm brothers were collecting other people's.
Well, because they were passed down,
most of those stories have been just lost to time, except for the fact that of this conversation and the conversation that we continually have to have, that stories have value, specifically cultural stories have value. Now, of course, the Disney company is fine to monetize those stories for as long as possible, but they put themselves in a position where they weren't making any money off of the movie. Now, Splash Mountain, as we all know, was the most popular attraction at any theme park in
In the world.
entire world.
Flat out.
And now they've demolished it. It is a horrible thing to look at. We obviously have people who are in the parks, specifically Lorena will go and she'll just show us footage of this skeleton around Splash Mountain. They're trying to change it into something that it's a little awkward. It's a little weird. It's more than a little awkward. And it's going to take the bones of what made that attraction work and take away all the things that made it magical and replace it with who knows what. The things that we're seeing out of it are just not that impressive right now.
Oh, absolutely. Going from over 100 animatronics in Disneyland and over 70 animatronics in Walt Disney World, somewhere around there, right? Then going to maybe 2 dozen. I mean, it's that it alone is a reduction. That's first off. And
Joel Chandler Harris, I need to point that out. I got it wrong.
No. Hey,
I'm a fan brought to you and your family.
Well,
at least somebody got it right.
So let's walk through that just briefly. So one of the criticisms about Song of the South and Splash Mountain is that it's appropriated. The problem with that is that this was not created in our lifetime and in our generation. And so you didn't really have the ability for someone of color to generate the kind of sales that this other individual did at that time. And then you didn't have someone in that position to make this sort of a movie, except for Walt. And Walt could not have created any other type of movie because he was only a children's animated studio. This is literally the only way he could have done it. He's the only one who did it. And he took the stories that he could get, as authentic as they might be. Now, we can go back now and criticize all we want, but I just have a feeling that the folks who are criticizing Walt and criticizing Song of the South and criticizing Splash Mountain, which, by the way, the NCAAP or NAACP congratulated and gave applause to Splash Mountain when it opened. I have a feeling the critics out there have not done 1/10 of what Walt did in delivering a movie that improved race relations in the 1940s. Just a thought. All right, folks, it's still a Zip-a-dee-doo-dah day out there, even if Disney tries to wipe it all away. Let us know down in the comments below if you agree or disagree with anything that we said here. Also, folks, if you would not mind, it sure helps us if you like, share, subscribe, and when you click it, you do stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. Folks, we hope you have had a wonderful time. Find your own laughing place today, And don't think, folks, that things like Laughing Place or Zip-a-dee-doo-dah or those wonderful Bre'r Rabbit tales are anything less than wholesome and good and jolly. We'll keep enjoying them. We hope you do too. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.